I think that's the thing with athletes, just I feel like sometimes we're programmed to act a certain way and speak a certain way that we forgot that we are human beings and we can feel emotions.
Taking centre stage today is Ons Jabeur, the Tunisian tennis star who became the first African and Arab woman to reach a Grand Slam final in the Open era. A Wimbledon and US Open runner-up and former world number 2, Jabeur is known for more than just her success on the court. She's also become a powerful voice on global issues, speaking out on Palestine and championing causes beyond sport.
Ons Jabeur, thank you so much for joining us on Centre Stage. You are known as a trailblazer on the court, but if there's one thing we've all noticed is that off the court, your voice carries so much weight, your influence carries so much weight. I'm just wondering, when did you realize that, as a high profile, as a top athlete, that it also meant having a platform beyond tennis?
Well, thank you for having me first. It's an honor to be here. I guess it's part of my character, part of me that I don't want just to be the tennis player that hits forehand and backhand, but also uses my platform for the good. And I hope I'm doing it right. Social media or everything around, an athlete could be overwhelming sometimes, but I try, my best to speak for the right causes around the world and use my platform for the good things.
I think that's what everyone loves and appreciates about you, is the fact that you wear your heart on your sleeve, and not just your heart. You're beautifully emotional. Like if something is on your mind or triggering you or something, like you're just open about it, and it's a beautiful thing to see, especially when you have the platform that you've got. You've spoken very openly about what's going on in Gaza, in Ukraine. I suppose a lot of other athletes, they choose to stay silent for whatever reasons. What made you feel, I know you said it's a part of your character, but what made you feel it was important to speak anyway, knowing that there could be a backlash?
I mean, the Gaza situation is very close to my heart. I grew up with the cause, with the war that is happening there. It's heartbreaking. I think from the young age we always somehow try to support Palestine and the cause. So I had some people telling me not to speak up, and that will ruin probably my career. And
what did you say when
it was
contacted you?
tough. It was tough because for me to tell me not to speak up about anything in life, to be honest with you, would suffocate me and would not make me be, feel comfortable, So I guess that's why the first video that I spoke in, I was like crying a lot because I was holding for months. I wanted to speak. I was sharing, on social media, but not the way that I wanted to speak about, what was happening. And it's so frustrating because I guess half of the people, they don't know the actual cause of everything that is happening. They think it started 2 years ago, which it's been going on for so many years. And it breaks my heart, to see the kids and women suffering every day. And basically you cannot do anything about it, So thankfully the work that I do with WFP, I hope it's helping a little bit. I had a meeting, with them, and they've been giving me the stats and everything. And I truly, from one video, I think I helped a lot, which I still think it's not enough, So I'm very glad that I did that, but I hope, the situation will be much better there and, give every child the opportunity to live like a normal human being.
Why do you think athletes feel that pressure not to speak up, whether it's about Gaza, Ukraine, Congo, other issues going on in the world?
I mean, I don't want to, I'm not in the shoes of so many players. I don't know what kind of contract they signed with different sponsors. I do understand, and maybe I ask people to understand a little bit what's going on. And listen, there is always a higher platform out there. I got death threats. I got, complaints about me playing in tennis, and maybe some other things that I'm not even aware of. So I understand that some athletes won't have the courage to do that, and to be honest with you, then they're not obligated to speak about anything. If they feel comfortable to do it, I feel like for me that would come from an honest place. If they're forced to speak about it, I don't feel that that's right. So I wish we can all come together, find a solution, and just bring peace in this world.
Did you have a support network, or did anyone support you when you were, I suppose, getting some backlash, or if people were saying, oh, she should really stick to sports, she shouldn't really speak up? Like,
I don't pay attention to these people. There's just, sorry, but bunch of cowards behind screens, just writing, because I'm kind of used to a little bit of that, as a tennis player, with all the gambling, persons behind the screen that they're not happy. Either you lose or win. Sometimes you don't know where they bet. So I'm kind of used to that, but it's not my job to educate them about the cause. It's not my job to, just tell them, like, can you please look at the history and see what's actually going on. But
that comes down to them as well. If they want to learn and understand, I mean, you can only use your platform for good and tell people, okay, this is what's going on. I can lead you to water, but I can't make you drink it, so to speak.
I mean, yes, but for me, I chose to really focus my energy on the actual people that need my help, So we were able to get food, water, medicine to the people that actually need them. I didn't want to waste my energy on explaining why do I need to do that, which for me, it's a human thing to do, You can see the actual situation, you can see what's happening there. And I didn't want to get into politics. For me, the most important thing was to remember that we all are human beings.
I'm just wondering, how do you balance speaking from the heart and tuning out the noise? How do you do that?
I'm not sure, and I'm doing that good, to be honest with you.
I don't know. Like,
some days better than others, I guess. No, it gets me sometimes. It does, because I feel like I want to be understood by people, but at the same time, I'm like, why am I wasting my energy on someone that I don't even know who he is or who she is behind the screen? Are they doing it on purpose or not? Is it like provoking me? And honestly, I try really to focus my energy on the right thing that deserves my energy. Because if you're gonna look at every comment of every opinion, you're really gonna waste your time, and I don't have time to waste.
So do you have any, I don't know, coping mechanisms? I mean, what do you do to get your frustration out and just block everything out?
Listen, I'm a tennis player, so I hit my rage on a tennis ball. I take the rackets. I love boxing sometimes. It's
yes, good. I'm a huge
so
fan.
I imagine the person and
legal boxing. Like, what, you're going to send me to prison for boxing? Like, no, it's a beautiful skill and a beautiful sport. But my goodness, just to hit the pads. And it's a sweet sound as well when you hit the pads. It's
exactly. Yeah. And I feel like also the most important thing not to keep inside, anything, because I try to speak up, with my family, with my husband. I try to just let it go. I don't want this to affect my health because I'm keeping inside and keeping the anger inside, and usually it doesn't help. So,
speaking about your health and your mental health, you've made the decision to step back from tennis, obviously for good reason as well.
It was before this.
It was before, but you've been very open about, preserving your mental health. When was the moment you realised, I'm going to give myself permission to do this and not think about the ramifications, what people are saying. I'm going to do this for me.
Yeah, I think it started 2025, because 2024 was a bit of struggle for me. I didn't have the result that I wanted, and my body was kind of screaming for help. I had different injuries from different sides, and I believe, yes, there is the physical side of it, but also there is the emotional side of it. This is how your body communicates with you. And I'm like, I wasn't feeling very happy on the court. Not like waiting to play a match was I was thinking like, okay, when is this tournament done? And usually when you think about that, it's not the right signs, I guess. And I was gonna finish the season 2026, and then I was, after I think Grand Slams and French Open and Wimbledon, if I was not playing and feeling happy on a grass court, then I'm done. I think after Wimbledon I will stop, and it didn't go well. It was like a mess, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give myself a little bit of time, spend some time with my family, enjoy. And that's when I announced that I'm taking a break, and this happened.
Yeah, you had a good break, definitely. Yeah, if I can just talk about that final. I'm just doing like my research all over again and watching your videos. And I do remember that final, and I remember your post-match. And again, I love how emotional you are. I appreciate it. And the fact that you do it in front of so many people. I mean, you said that it's the most painful loss of my career. As soon as you said that, we all felt that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, look, we're not on the court with you, but the fact that you just express so much raw emotion, I think we all felt it with you. But
I think that's the thing with athletes, just I feel like sometimes we're programmed to act a certain way and speak a certain way, that we forgot that we are human beings, and we can feel emotions. And the coach or whatever the team tells you, like, don't show emotions, you're not supposed to show that you are weak or whatever. But it's
why
not
do they
me.
equate showing emotion with weakness?
I don't know. Even like when I play, I get angry and I just scream. And some coaches before was like, no, do not scream, do not. I'm like, I'm gonna scream. I tried. I honestly tried not to get angry and not react. But I'm like, the fact that I scream, it's just like I let it go and then just move on. I think the mistake that maybe some athletes could make is like keep that anger for 2-3 games. And in tennis you cannot afford to lose one point.
Yeah.
So I get that part, but I again, I cannot keep my emotions inside. I just like to express. I like to connect also with the fans and with the people they came to watch me, to see the real me, the real. I will not hide my tears and then go inside and cry again, so
But that's what
I
makes
cried
you
on
relatable.
the court and outside the court, so I was honest with
You're just
that.
like, yeah, but no, that's what makes you relatable. It's like, okay, you are, the peak of your fitness, your career, and it's like, oh my gosh, yeah, she can cry too. So that's, again, it's a beautiful thing to see that it's okay. You said it earlier, like just finding a deeper meaning or deeper purpose, other than just being on the circuit, chasing, Grand Slams. What does that deeper purpose look like for you?
Tennis is part of my life for maybe 15 years, 20 years. I don't know how long I would be playing. But it's basically, if you do the math, it's not even 100% of your life. It's really a small part of your life, and you have a lot of things to do. So for me, it's very important how I carry myself, how I'm born in this life to make a change. I don't want to just be working every day, just clock in and out, and that's it. There's no meaningful thing behind it. So, and I'm lucky. I got the chance to have a platform. I got the chance to, have TVs that want to listen to my stories, and tell it, and to be able to use that in a good way. I think that's what makes the difference. I don't want to be just the player to just hit forehands and backhands, just leave. I want to have an impact on other people's life. I want to change things. I want to be vocal about things that matters in life, I guess.
And what about off the court as well? What's your purpose?
I mean, it's that. I really wanna speak up about things that ignored. Like a lot of women rights, women, opportunities in sports in general. That matters. Tennis is a great sport, but we still need that push to give for women to be more known, to give them the opportunity to be, seen, I guess.
Talking about women's causes within the sport, there's something that the PIF have done. Can you talk about that a little bit more? Because you said it again earlier in the conversation that, you know, some sponsors, you know, they prefer you to play, so, you know, they can pay you, they might put something in your contract,
Yeah.
and then they don't have to pay you if you're out for 6 months. Can you just go into that a little bit more?
Yes, PIF did a great partnership with the WTA. It started with the ranking, and then it happened with giving maternity leave for, you know, athletes that are not playing, you know. Obviously, it could benefit more athletes than others. You know, some like, oh, you gain millions, why you need that? And I'm like, I know, how am I supposed to answer this? It's like, this is, obviously some other athletes, they needed more than me, but it's a great support, you know. My income, if I don't play, I have no income, basically. And that's, you know, that's part of my job, is a risky job. But, you know, I love risks, you know, so I love to secure a good life for my baby boy one day. I would love to spoil also myself if I'm not playing. And I think that's a great support, and I guess less stress for a women's athlete to have that, you know, maternity leave thing, and to be able just to not worry about money, I guess. And, you know, the expenses that comes with the baby.
You've got other things to worry about. And, you know, your boy's coming very soon as well. Is he behaving right now? Is he calm?
He's
good. He's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I would imagine you've been thinking about names and, I don't know, how you and your husband are going to raise him. But what kind of a world do you want to have for your son?
I'll start with him. I hope he will be a good gentleman, and he respects women and understands their values. I hope he loves me more, you know. I always tell him, mama boy. No, but I'm super excited to you know, discover his character, you know. I have a different character than my husband, so I don't know what's gonna happen.
I like your dynamic. You guys are quite hilarious. I think your son is going to have hilarious parents, like brilliant parents, because you seem very in sync. There was something that you did for social media where you had to write on a whiteboard, like what he likes, what you like, that sort of thing. And there was one particular question, and you both answered the same way, and it was kids and family. And I'm like, oh, these guys are just so, you're very in sync.
We both love kids. We always want to have kids earlier than this, but, you know, my career was taking over a little bit, and it was never the right time, I guess. But I'm thankful to have Karim, because he's very understanding. You know, he could have pushed me, you know, to have kids, but he did not do that. He was very patient, and he was very happy, you know, to get the news. Although he wanted the girl, so
listen, you know. I don't know how many children you guys want, but you know what? As long as the baby's
let's start
healthy.
with the boy, and then let's see, you know.
Okay. Yes, exactly. Like, hello, you have to carry the child. You know?
But he's looking forward. We both are, and it's a new chapter in our lives. We don't know how it's gonna be. I want to come back on tour with a baby, so it's gonna be a different kind of recovery for me. You know, and different kind of journeys on tour. So
have you already thought about the comeback?
Yes, I mean,
tell us more about the comeback.
So I try to put pressure, but not pressure on myself. So at the same time, like, okay, if I give birth in April, July, I want to start, you know, maybe a little bit earlier, start training slowly, and see how my body reacts. And I'll try to aim and play some tournaments end of this year, if I can. But then at the same time, I was like, okay, let's not do the same mistake that I did before and push my body when it's not ready. So I'm aiming towards that, but if my body is ready, I will play some tournaments. If my body is not ready, I will not play any tournaments. So honestly, I just wanna be happy and enjoy my life, enjoy, you know, tennis again, and finish on a good chapter, you know. For me, I would love to play for 4 more years if I can, and then just maybe have a second kid. So let's see.
more children. Finally, what does success look like for you on the court and off it?
I guess it's related on and off the court. Results. I would love to have my own Grand Slam, but the question is it the most important thing in life? I rather be happy and enjoy my life and have a beautiful family around me than to be kind of related to titles and to just labeled as a Grand Slam champion or as something. But success is like, honestly, waking up in the morning happy, smiling, and have your kid running around, I guess, and enjoy every great moment of your life, core memories with the baby, with my husband, and just hopefully help the world better, help the kids better, and really make a good impact in the world.
Okay, Ons Jabeur, the minister of happiness.
You love that for the end.
I
yeah?
love it. I'm sorry. I love that title. It's just perfection. I really appreciate you being here today. You could have said no to this interview, but you didn't. But no.
Maybe I said no before. No.
But we got you in the end. We got you. No, seriously, I appreciate you. Thank you for joining us on Centre Stage.
Thank you.
Thank you.